Well, hello and welcome to your mid-month numerology here at Metaphysical Roundtable with me, Jennifer. Okay, couple of things. I know I do a pretty thorough, especially this month, did a pretty thorough astrology for the month of November. I don't normally do it that thoroughly, but there's a lot of stuff happening in November, right? Okay, so I'm not going to revisit all of it, but what we're going to do is look at when Mercury retrogrades back into Scorpio on the 18th. Now, Mercury is moving back into Scorpio. Uranus is in Taurus. So guess what happens? On the 19th, we have Mercury opposing Uranus in Taurus. Super fun. Uranus is our planet of chaos. Let's remember that. And even though Uranus is retrograde right now, still our planet of uniqueness. We do love some uniqueness here, but chaos, really. So just bear that in mind, okay? Because the couple of good things that are happening are coming. On the 20th, we have a new moon in Scorpio, which hits its peak at 1:47 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. On the 21st, we have the sun moving into Sagittarius. So, Sagittarius season. It's great. On the 22nd, we have a good thing happening. We have Mercury, Jupiter, and Saturn, all three retrograde, are trying in water signs, okay? Because Mercury's in Scorpio, Jupiter's in Cancer, and Saturn is back in Pisces. So we have this wonderful trine. Trine is a very positive aspect in astrology. So this is a good thing for our communication, our discipline, and our luck, okay? On the 24th, we have Mercury conjunct Venus. It's both good and bad right here because Venus is in her dark phase. It's not a bad place for Venus to be in Scorpio. It truly isn't. But this is the deeper, darker side of Venus. Okay. And now it's conjunct our planet of communication, which again, retrograde. Super fun. On the 26th, we have Venus in a trine with Jupiter and Saturn. Again, all in water. So this time it's a positive aspect with our relationships, with our partnerships, and our money. Okay? Positive aspects with Saturn and Jupiter. And when we have those three coming together, it really is, it's lovely. It's sort of a bonus. On the 27th, we have Saturn going direct in Pisces. On the 29th, we have Mercury going direct in Scorpio. And we have Venus in opposition of Uranus. A little bit of chaos with our relationships and possibly our money. Okay? Relationships, partnerships, and our money. Bear that in mind. Then on the 30th, we have Venus skedaddling on over into Sagittarius, which is great because she's putting some distance between her and Uranus. Got to do that. Very important. And we have Venus trine Neptune. Now, there's not a third part to that trine. There's not a third part to that triangle. But Venus is in a good aspect to Neptune, who is also retrograde in Pisces. So bearing that in mind, we do have some good things happening with our communication when Mercury is trine Jupiter and Saturn. When Mercury is conjunct Venus, it could be a little bit of a challenging time. Maybe just it really is because we're already in Mercury retrograde. But having that challenge extend to like our money, our financial area, and our relationships, our partnerships. But then we have Venus trine Jupiter and Saturn. Again, positive aspects here, very positive. So there are some good things happening. All right. I don't want you to think, oh my gosh, what is happening? Because a lot of people are reaching out to me and going, what is happening this month? Uh, aside from all these planets retrograde? I mean, once Saturn and Mercury go retrograde, we at least are only left with 3 planets in retrograde here at the end of the month. But that's enough. I think that's enough, don't you? Yeah, I mean, I'm good. So remember, the crystal of the month is our lovely rainbow. Oh my gosh, I can't get it out there. Our Rainbow Moonstone. Come on. I love this. But this lovely Rainbow Moonstone, it can be yours if you leave a comment below in your life path number, and I will get you registered to win that beautiful crystal. I know. All right, well, enough from me. Let's see what's going on with your life path number here in this mid-month check-in. Well, hello, Life Path 1. So, November has been a 3-month for you, and I love it because, well, Mercury's retrograde, but this is, the 3 vibration is about communication. So having it Mercury retrograde is a little bit challenging, but it's not insurmountable, okay? Speaking your truth and just doing it in a good way, in a polite way, you know, in a positive way. Yeah, that's definitely going to be key for the rest of the month. But I mean, the vibration of the 3 is communication, yes, but it's also about self-expression. It's also, it's a very creative and imaginative time. But speaking your truth, being like a natural storyteller, it's a good time for it this month. And knowing how to get success in unconventional ways. So yeah, Mercury retrograde can be a little tricky, but as long as you stick to like being able to speak your truth in a positive way, we're all right. Okay? Can't cause injury to others. All right? We don't need to hurt each other's feelings just cuz. Yeah. What have these cats tracked all over like my... I mean, I love it. They just like walk across here, and I got this new thing to like lay my stuff out. I'm really excited about that. And Life Path 1, I'm so excited for you because next year, you know, it's a 1 year for you. Okay, so what you brought in with you from October is a cat, obviously. But what you brought in with you from October is, I mean, I feel like Life Path 1, you're really setting yourself up for next year here, because the Nine of Pentacles energy is, it's harvest time, and you're really getting a lot of prosperity. You're seeing a lot of, come on, you're getting a lot of prosperity here, and you're really looking at ways that you can grow and continue to thrive. Now, I love this because, again, I feel like you are setting yourself up for something really amazing in this 1 year that we have coming up in 2026. And don't forget, the vibration that we're in right now in November, you're going to feel that vibration in January of 2026, which is slightly different because we're in a 9-year, we're ending a 9-year cycle, and we're moving into this really phenomenal 1 year in 2026. And that's exactly, again, what you brought in with you from October is like stuff that you're growing, things that you're planting. And right now, people can only see the surface. They can only see like the tip of the iceberg, but you know how deep these roots go. You know how deep that is. And what I love about this is that I even have I have a client that's a 1. Well, I have lots of clients that are 1, but this one in particular, she doesn't let anybody know like what she's qualified for until like she's like doing something, like she's doing the job or she's doing something. And then in an interview or in her LinkedIn page or in whatever she's writing or whatever she's doing, she'll drop the line and say, oh yeah, forgot to tell y'all. I've been certified to do this for years. But the thing is, it really does, like, you know how deep those roots are, and everybody else is just seeing the tip of the iceberg. What I do really love about this is that you're moving into this crossroads energy with this Two of Swords. You're moving into this energy where you're just like, okay, I'm going to trust my gut here, because there's all these wonderful choices coming up for you. And look at this. This is what I love about this deck is, do you see all of the lights that are on all of these roads behind this young woman? When she pulls that blindfold off and she says, oh my gosh, I literally can choose anything. She's going to trust her gut and move in the right direction. And that is going to be, that again, is a game changer. Game changer energy for you. Okay, this is awesome. So the rest of November for you, is about aligning yourself with what you really want, aligning yourself and saying, hey, you know, I want to see pigs fly. So I'm going to align myself with that energy and make sure that I'm in the right place at the right time to see that. The thing is, the Queen of Swords is a very professional woman. This is a professional feminine energy. She has set herself up in a high place so that she can see clearly, so that she can really see what's going on, so she can get down to the nitty-gritty. And she's put her heart on a shelf. Look at this. She has literally put her heart on a shelf. She's doing this logically and not emotionally. Now, I'm not saying you need to be an asshole. That's not what I'm saying. When I say you don't need to be emotionally attached to something, which is the next thing I was going to say. When I say you don't need to be emotionally attached to something, I'm saying, you know, when you're in a business situation or when you're trying to make big decisions, sometimes you do have to pull back emotionally and say, okay, let's take a look at this. The great thing is that I keep seeing a lot of cards here that are about trusting your gut and listening to your faith. Now, I'm saying that because that is something that the Queen of Swords does. She listens to her logic sense. She listens to that gut instinct, and she makes those decisions without emotion. The gut instinct can be explained as intuition, which does come with like emotional intelligence. But I'm talking about, like, you know, not saying, well, you know, I have an emotional attachment to this building, so I don't want to sell it for, you know, X amount of money, or I don't want to make any changes to it, when that's exactly what Spirit is trying to lead you to do. So, sorry, I'm saying this because my phone's buzzing, but the Hierophant here, the Hierophant is like you having a strong connection with Spirit, and that's a two-way street. You having a strong connection with Spirit, you having faith in your guidance, having faith in that gut instinct of Spirit saying, yes, do this, listening to that. It really, really takes you into some amazing, amazing places and spaces. And it's just about you listening to and believing in your spiritual connection and your faith. And I know that sounds like it's not logical, but honestly, it is. I mean, a lot of people are just like, it's not logical to have faith in a deity that I can't see or touch. Can you see and touch gravity? Just saying. That's all I'm saying. Just think about it, okay? Your intuition can be guided by emotions, but it doesn't mean that you are emotional. It's like when you pull the Queen of Cups, she is listening to her emotions, but she's not ruled by it. That's the difference. Yeah. You're really doing some, I mean, amazing stuff. And, okay, this is not bad. Let's just stop and look. Okay. Oh, yeah. All right. So now this is something interesting. As we are moving through November and even moving into December, December for you is going to be a 4-month in numerology. It's going to be a 4 vibration. Now, I know I'm getting to the point. The 4 of Swords is about taking a rest. It's about maybe even calling a truce, but it's about just saying, okay, we got to stop for right now. We got to stop. And I don't know what kind of battle you're in towards the end of this month, Life Path 1. I don't know if this is more, it feels more like business decisions, but it could be any kind of partnerships or relationships. It's not troubling, but there's some ups and downs that go with relationships when we're in that vibration of a 3. So I just want you to take that into consideration, along with the fact that we have Mercury retrograde. But there is something that you need to take a break from. Now, I have pulled this before when people have thought they needed to change their direction with their business. They need to change their direction with their romantic relationships, whatever this is, that they need to change some things up. I do feel like this is what we're looking at here for you, is that you do need to change some things up. So you need to take a rest, because there is something that you need to let go of in order to move forward. There is something major that you need to let go of. And this happens too when people are getting promoted or people are moving up. They're like moving into a new state, or moving from like working with like a small community into something more like statewide or like countrywide or whatever. If you are leaving behind something, it doesn't necessarily mean that it was a bad thing or a bad person, that it was a bad job or a bad relationship. It just means that it's run its course and it's time to let go. If you don't let go, that's where you're seriously going to feel that Tower moment, because Spirit has a funny way of saying, okay, we're going to give you this opportunity to let it go. And if you don't let it go, they're going to push you in that direction. They're going to say, okay, you have moved up an atom. You can't stay in your former office when you are now working on a higher floor. You can't stay connected with a former team, even though you were really, really tight with them and you had a really good experience with them. You can't stay with that former team because you have to move on and into a new place. It doesn't mean that you're not ever going to be connected to those people, places, or things again. It just means that for right now, at least, you've got to move on. And the more you try to hang on to it, the worse it's going to be. And sometimes we have to tear things down in order to rebuild them. I've also seen this when someone has built their business like on a wrong note, and they need to correct some things. The great thing is that correcting things or changing things like this is the perfect time to do it during Mercury retrograde. Okay? This is, if you don't do this, I mean, if you listen and you're just able to leave it behind, you're going to jump right into the 4 of Wands, which is like a personal achievement. It's a celebration of like a new phase and just going, okay, I have established like this great thing. This is a personal achievement for me. Let's get out there and celebrate. And it's probably with someone. This is usually not like an individual achievement, but it is something on a personal level. It's not like a standing in front of people getting the accolades like the 6 of Wands, but it is a celebration with your nearest and dearest or your partner, whether it's business or romantic or whatever. If you go with the Tower card, it's going to take you a minute to get back into balance between your spiritual and your physical self, but you're going to get it. You're going to get, because all roads lead to the Four of Wands. I'm just telling you, there's a step in between if you choose to not leave this behind. Okay. So all roads lead to the Four of Wands, but it's up to you whether you want to cling to the past or if you want to move on. I know. This is really good. It's really good. Okay, let's just, I know, I was like, do I even need these cards? But yeah, let's just, I like doing this little, with the remainder. I mean, not the remainder, with these cards, like wrapping it up. That's a good way to put it, yeah. I know, and I'm trying to talk faster because somebody made a comment that I was talking too slow, and I get it. I mean, I do. I'm from the South, so I'm trying to talk faster on my videos. And I'm also trying not to clear my throat as much. That was also a comment that someone complained. Okay, I just want to say, we've got the Four of Feathers in both. The Four of Feathers is the Four of Swords here, okay? I just wanted to see if there was any others that were repeaters. So we're starting off here with the Hanged Man, which is patience and perception. You are definitely changing your perception about something. And I feel like it is about, like, the Ten of Acorns, responsibility and dedication. It is about you taking responsibility that maybe wasn't yours to take on. Okay? And I think that it's appreciated, but it's time to let go of some of those things that you don't need to carry around. Okay. The Four of Feathers, sanctuary and rest. Absolutely. It's time for you to stop and like rest up, because the things that are coming in are really fantastic for you. The Six of Crystals, synergy and gratitude. This is about you understanding. It's a lot like the Hierophant here. There's a give and take between you and spirit. There's a give and take. You have to take time and invest in yourself. You have to like just say, okay, I want an equal give and take with whatever this is. If you're in a business, if you're in a romantic partnership, if you work for a company, you need that equal give and take, because you know that if you do the work, you're going to get paid. That's the agreement, right, with you and a company. If you're putting in a lot of energy into a company that you own or have built, or a partnership, a romantic or whatever kind of partnership, you are looking for, like, you've put in this effort, you're expecting the other person to also give back, right? And the same with the business that you build. This is what we're looking for. And really, you're in a place of getting it because you are willing to put in the effort. And then when you get a return back, you're grateful. You're grateful for it. This is awesome. The Knight of Acorns, action and drive. This is a card of manifesting, because really, the Knight of Acorns is that spontaneous energy that we see during Sagittarius season. And this is about manifesting, and manifesting is work. And going into December, this December is going to be a lot of work for you. It is, but good work, because it's a 4-month, it's a 22-4 month for you. And that is all about manifesting. It's about building. It's about building and strengthening partnerships, like businesses, like whatever growth that you're looking for. You can start building this in December and you will see a return on it in 2026. I love it. I absolutely love this for you. This is amazing. Thank you so much for joining me today, Life Path 1. I hope you have an awesome rest of your November. And until we see each other again, get out there and make your magic. Bye.